What up guys, how you guys doing? I'm Talis and we're back with another how to slice. In today's how to slice video, we're gonna be checking out a awesome marble run track. So let's go to the video. So this is yet another marble run, and as you can see right here, we got all of the parts, and in this video, we're gonna be checking out the best print settings to print it. But before you do, please check out the PDF, which has some settings, some recommended settings to print this model, and the assembly. This is quite nice to take a look at, so you can assemble it quite nice with the correct parts and making sure that you really take a look at the list and see how many parts each of the track needs. So as you can see right here, you gotta take a look at how many rails and anything like that. There's two types of tracks. This is the first track where we're gonna be taking a look. So let's go back to the slicer and print this model. So first off, if you take a look, there's a lot of models and they all can be printed with the same print settings as I'm gonna be showing you right now. But there are some models that need a little bit of more attention, especially these models right here, if you take a look, that have not the best surface of contact to the build plate. So these models are quite tall and they do not have the best surface of contact to the build plate right here. So we need, we're gonna be it's optional, but you can be adding some brim. I'm gonna be putting these models right here in the same build plate because all of the models can be printed at the same print settings as I have said before. But these models right here are quite easy because they can be printed the standard. I'm gonna be showing you actually, it doesn't need any brim, not quite steep overhangs or bridges. So all of these models right here are quite easy to print. There's just some models such as this one right here, they're gonna have some overhangs, but they're quite easy to print. Your printer can print quite fine. It doesn't need any support material, such as this one. This is a arc that your printer can print quite nicely without any errors. But these models right here need a little bit more attention on the bed adhesion side. So this is why I'm gonna be showing the settings and putting these models right here on the build plate so we can take a look. So I'm gonna be putting them right here on the build plate so we can make sure we take a look. Let me just scooch it in right here. This models too, these are the rails, which they do not have the best surface of contact to the build plate. So this is why I'm putting them right here. But as I said before, all of the models can be printed with the same print settings. So first off right here in layer height, we're gonna be printing this model at 0.2 millimeter. This way we're gonna get a really good balance between time of print and quality. We do not need to reduce this value too much. This is a functional model which needs all of the marbles to run through. We do not need too much quality. So at 0.2 millimeters, we're gonna get the quality and we're gonna get a lower time to print. So this is quite nice. This is a good balance. As for vertical shelves, we're gonna be leaving at 3. This way, we're gonna get a really rigid model. As for infill, we're going to be increasing to 10% infill density. This way, we're going to get a really dense model, which is going to be really strong, so our track does not break. As for fill pattern, we're going to be leaving a gyroid in fill pattern. Gyroid's really nice because it prints in waves, so your printer never goes on a straight line while printing the infill. As for skirt and brim, if you take a look right here, we're not gonna be adding any brim. But first off, let me tell you what is brim. Brim is a really nice feature to increase right here the surface of contact to the build plate. So let's see, your prints tends to unstick from the build plate or they tend to fall off. This is due to bad adhesion. So adding brim is gonna increase the surface of contact to the build plate. The bigger the area, the less chance your model has to tip off the build plate. So by adding brim is gonna help a lot. You can be printing all of these parts without any brim. But if you have some bed adhesion issues, I do recommend First off, always cleaning your build plates really well with some isopropyl alcohol or detergent just to guarantee a really clean surface to print on. Removing all of the dust and oils from your finger that are on the build plates because that impacts a lot the bed adhesion. Another thing you can do is make sure that your printer is really well leveled. A really well leveled printer is going to guarantee a really good first layer. And the first layer is the layer that holds your model down to the build plate. So this is the most important layer on your print. So guarantee a really good first layer with a really leveled build plate. Third thing you can do, which is optional, I guess, is to add some other types of adhesion, such as glue stick. To help a little bit increase the stick and the ability to your model hold itself down to the build plate. So we're not going to be adding any brim, but this is optional. I do recommend adding brim for these models right here. A 5mm brim is quite nice. It's going to help a lot with this model, so you do not need to worry with brim. If you're uncomfortable and if you do not have too many experience, you're a beginner, I do recommend adding some brim, especially to small parts like this one. And once you get a little bit advanced on 3D printing, you're going to get some skills on how to identify if these models really need brim. So if you take a look, this is a really small area with a really tall part. So we need some brim because, as you can see, if it starts printing too fast, your print can tip off. So add some brim, and I always say it's better to be safe than sorry. Going back to the print settings right here on support material, all of our models are optimized for printing, so we do not need to add any support material at all. So we can untoggle this. As for speed, feel free to print this model at your standard print speed, especially for Bambu Lab printers. I do recommend slowing a bit for these models right here, which have some tiny overhangs or some bridges, so it's better to, if I would recommend actually, right here on small perimeters, reducing to, let's say, 50mm a second. But this is gonna depend on which printer you have. Feel free to print with a profile that you're comfortable with it. But if you're gonna change any of these settings, I do recommend always to lower values. It's better to print one time really slow than trying to print really fast and then failing multiple times. So print slow, guarantee a good cooling and a good quality print. This is crucial. So as printers are different, the speed is gonna be different. I'm right here with the Ender 3v3 SE, the standard value. If you take a look, if you reduce the small speeds right here, small perimeters actually, right here, these small perimeters are gonna print slower. So this is quite nice when you have some prints with some small overhangs. So let's go back. Feel free to change this value. As I said before, printers change, the speed is gonna change. But as I said before, think really clearly at what speed you're going to choose. Guarantee a slow speed. It's gonna make sure that your printer has got a good quality print. So as you can see, we have changed all of the values right here. This is the configuration that you can be printing. You can print this model. All of these models can be printed with the same print settings as I've shown right now. Just the thing's gonna vary is this part right here that have lower bed adhesion, lower surface of contact to the build plate, that you're going to be needing a little bit of attention on the bed adhesion, such as these models right here. So now we are ready to slice. We're going to be taking a look at how it's going to look after we slice just this build plate, but the others are the same thing as I've said before. So as you can see, we have sliced. Just to take a look at this build plate, all of the layers are being printed quite nicely. If you take a look, if you go over to speed, you can see the speed and how it varies the speed on small parameters right here. This is quite nice. Feel free to change the speed. Be careful with the speed. So you grab a really nice filament that you have laying around. Take a look at the newest filaments from STL Flix. They look fantastic. So guarantee yours now and print this marble run track because it looks pristine. Enjoy. So the model is ready to print. Make sure you check out stlflix.com for more models like this one, and I'll see you in another one.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Those slicing videos are an initiative from STL Academy, which is the educational project from STL Flix. So if you guys want to learn more about 3D printing, you could check our description and look at STL Academy courses. And don't forget, see you guys at the next slicing.